Hey, it's Sarah Jane from Access Your True Nature, and here I am again. I've just run up and down these steps a couple of times. Just done my daily training to get my body and my mind balanced and in good physical shape to carry me on all the adventures that I know that I want to have. So yeah, I'm looking a little wild and woolly today, and it's about to rain. So if you don't know me, one of my favorite things to do is to help people uncover their human message so that they can really start to connect with the people they want to connect with and lead the movements that they want to change the world, the way that they want to change the world, and build the business that's going to change their own world at the same time. And yesterday I was watching another coach's live stream, and she was talking about how to make money in business, and one of her main points was just be yourself. And hi, Cecile. And I know that sounds really, really simple, but it's actually so crucial to be authentic. And the reason why we need to say it is because we are all so inundated with technology these days, and all the information that's coming at us, and the comparing game and everything else, that the idea of being yourself seems so simple on so many levels. But the other idea is that actually it's not easy to be yourself, because we're just being flooded with other people's messages and other people's points of views, and because we're trying to learn as much as we are to have a better life and to really stay aligned to our own message, the ways that other people are showing up and the things that they're doing and the way that they're languaging starts to get a bit blurry, because we start to think we have to be a certain way and look a certain way and do things a certain way. And all it does is take us further and further away from you being who you came here to be. So, when someone like this girl yesterday was saying, just be yourself, be true to who you are. Yes, absolutely. And sometimes you don't know who the hell you are anymore, because you've had so much programming and so much information and influences as you've tried to build your business that you actually don't know who the hell you are anymore. And I know I've been there, and I know a lot of my clients have been there, and it sucks, doesn't it? It's just like, how the hell can I not know who I am? And you probably know exactly what I mean. And it's not a very nice feeling, because you think, shit, I should know who I am by now. And you do. It's just a matter of being inundated by all these outside influences. So really and truly, one of the best things that you can do is to step away from the computer, turn off your social media, and just tap back into your heart, and go for a walk, go clear your head, hug a tree, meditate. But just know that it's completely normal to be told to be yourself and have absolutely no clue who you are anymore. You do know who you are. You know what you are in your true nature. And if that is the case, that is a sure sign. If you're kind of feeling, I don't know what I am, and the lines are a bit blurry, go journal. Go talk to your good friends, maybe not your best friends, because they know maybe our darkest secrets and the worst parts of us, and their version can sometimes be as judgmental as our own version of ourselves. So talk to acquaintances, talk to people that know you. Who do they think you are? How do they see you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And this is something that I ask my clients to do in the insights when they're going through their work with me. But don't let the influences from the outside in the coaching industry, in life transformation, really change who you are any more than they already have. Just take a step back, take a deep breath. You know who you are. And you just need to access that part of you again that really, really knows who you are. So that's kind of my medicine today, is just back the boat up. One of the best things I did was unsubscribe from the hundreds of emails that I was subscribed to from other coaches and other facilitators, and stop looking at so much stuff that's going on in social media, because business building is important. We need the strategies, but the way that we go through learning processes. But here's the thing, with every entrepreneur you follow, with every tactic, every system, every new marketing gimmick, every write your new ebook, and how to do this and how to do that, and this is how you need to do your website. All of that just takes you further away from the real you. Hi, Marina. You know, you can't access your true nature when you're not digging into what is my message and what do I stand for. And for me, your message always comes from the mess. Your PhD of life experiences come from what you've overcome, your challenges, your story, and how you got to the other side of it. And that's the part that touches people. That's the authentic you. And those are your real strengths and your real experiences. And that is what makes you the leader in your field. That makes you the expert in your field. And you're going to attract organically people that are aligned with your mess and your messages. And we know when we're off, because something just is out of alignment, and you can sense it. And if you can sense it, other people can sense it energetically when you're trying to be something that you're not. So if you're ever going to truly make the impact that you want to make and create the movement that you know is the very reason why you got into business in the first place, and what you stand for and what you believe in, you got to just step away from the computer, turn off all the external noise, and go deep. You have to go deep underneath the surface and not do the spiritual bypass. You've got to go deep into the pain, into the discomfort, and just remember, if you're wandering, maybe you're not as busy as you want to be, or you're not attracting your divine right clients, there might be some incongruence in how you're showing up. And if you're not getting the people that you want to work with, sometimes we're sort of told that we need to go broader, you know, that there's this lack and scarcity mindset, and that you need to cast a wider net. And there's that sort of feeling that the broader it is, the more you're going to find more people. But we kind of get even more away from the specific solution to a pain point that we have when we do that. And I did that for a while. And it's very hard for people to actually know what you do when you do that. And people are more inclined to invest in you when it's a very specific problem that you're solving. And when you go too broad, and I did that, and I'm sure some of you did that, you kind of dilute your message. And I'm not saying that you need to be, you know, doing one thing and one thing only, but it's like, what would your sign be on the door? If you had a solution to somebody's problem, what would your sign on your door be? That once they're over the threshold, then you can show them all the other things and go deeper into things that are much more specific. So, you know, that's kind of what I've learned, is that there's only one of you, and your experiences are yours alone. And it's not a cookie cutter thing where you're just regurgitating and duplicating other things and modalities and other people's 5 steps or 12 steps. They're not your 12 steps, and they won't work because they're not yours. And when you can access your true nature, when you stay authentic to yourself, that's when you actually get very clear on who you're here to serve and what your message is. And then you're going to start attracting people that really feel that you are really, really passionate, and also have the solution to the problem, because you are visible proof and the evidence of coming through the other side. So, you know, stop looking at what's wrong with you. Start looking at what's right about you, and get out of the comparison trap. Best way to do that, cut the outside noise, as I said earlier. Back up the boat, and stop looking at how other people are doing things, and, you know, looking at what you have to be in order to have a successful business is a much more authentic, congruent way, you know. And that's where most people don't want to go, because they're looking at the do, and we spend way too much time working in our business rather than on our business. So, you know, it's really simple to fix that. Maybe not easy, but all you have to do is really start training yourself to believe that you're the person to listen to, because you're the expert in your field. I always say I'm my own best client, because I know what it feels like to be in that pain and not know how I'm going to get the solution. And I invest in my own mentors to make sure that I stay on track. So don't let the trees confuse your vision. You've got it. And you know what you have to do. So go deep, tap into, you know, what it is that you stand for. What do you love to do? Hello, Violet. Good to see you here. Just what I needed to hear. Good, Marlies. Yeah, it's just, you know, I've just seen that coming up. And another thing, and I'll leave it at that, because that's really was what I wanted to say. But I found myself getting really, really triggered yesterday, but for something that's been niggling at me for a while. And I'm probably going to write a blog on, you know, the what to do when the red flags start waving at you, and you are so busy doing, because that's what you think you have to do, that you actually don't listen to the quiet and subtle nudges. But yeah, so I got really triggered yesterday by someone that I've actually invested some money in, and I did it because I really wanted to connect with more people, and the promise was that this was a place where it was going to be high-tech touch connection, and it was a place to network, and it was a place to mastermind. And yet, you know, and maybe you can relate that back to your own business as well, is that if, you know, don't promise something that you can't deliver. You know, if that's what your intention is with your group or your mastermind or your networking event or whatever it is, then be accessible to the people that are showing up and paying you to get what you're promising. You know, it was just insane. And it was, you know, it's just like, I always say yes first. I always say yes and then look at the how afterwards. I never say no to any kind of opportunity, because how does money come to you? You know, it comes through people that know, like, and trust you. And if you are, and again, I think this is one of those insidious things that I've seen creeping into life transformation and mentoring, that you start hanging around with people that have made it, and that's always good to, you know, to learn from people that have already done where or got where you want to go. But what I see happening, and I don't know, some of you I know, some of you are all over the world, but I don't know if this is just a South African thing, but, you know, we want our individuality. We know that we have our own area of expertise, and yet we give ourselves up, and we start dimming our light because we want to be like somebody else. So instead of expressing your own individual personality through the clothes that you wear, or the way that you message, and the way that you language that's unique to you, everybody starts sounding like everybody else, and everybody starts looking like the, let me just say, like the red tie brigade, or you know, there's a certain look, and it's almost like there's this separation through ranking when you do that, because you don't know who's made it or hasn't made it, but there's this perception that you've made it, perhaps, and I'm not saying that all these people haven't, but it kind of becomes this wannabe club where people say create a false sense of scarcity. It's not that I only have 2 sessions left, and that's fine if that is true, but if you're starting to put energy out that I am so important that you need to go through almost like an interview questionnaire of what do you want to speak to me about, and what is the, you know, why do you want this why do you want this to happen? I got really pissed off about it, because it was just like, what just happened here? You know, I just offered to give you some ways that might actually increase your membership, and if I was creating something like that, I would want my members to feel heard and feel that they were important, and that their voice mattered, especially if it was about networking and getting results in your business. To not go into this I am so important thing that you need to book an appointment, and maybe if I decide whether it's worth my while, you know, the what's in it for me, that I might actually get my secretary to make an appointment with you, but it'll be so difficult that you'll probably say no. It's just like, can we just get back to being real here? And now maybe this is turning into a rant, and so I'll stop. But, you know, it's just like, you can't create connections if you're not willing to be accessible. You know, I don't want my clients to think that they can't ever get hold of me, and I know some of you are here. Yes, there has to be boundaries, but if you're on the verge of a breakdown or a breakthrough and you can't get hold of me, because I am playing the scarcity and the you need to, you know, pay me by the hour thing in order to get that one thing, and in the meantime you maybe want to go and kill yourself, or you're about to make a choice out of fear, I don't know if I'd want to work with somebody that I couldn't get hold of, or that was unavailable for me. You know, it's just like, where are we where are we all in this industry going out of alignment by creating this false perception of importance rather than high touch? So I'll leave you with that. Let me know your points of view. Let me know your comments and your questions. I would really love to know what you know about that. You know, it's just like, if your business is in the business of people, and you know what, if you're making money, or you want to have money come into your bank account, we're all in the business of people. And for me, connection is currency. So if I'm not willing to connect with people, and I'm not willing to say yes and get curious, and I go through this in my compass direction, going through the flow of the Chinese medicine 5 elements, in how does heart sell, right? Heart selling comes from being curious. And I'm more likely to want to invest in somebody that is curious, where I feel held and seen and heard, than I am that's for someone that's just telling me all about them. And it's a self-promotion in the guise of a membership club. You know, I don't know, is it just me, or is it do you find it a little bit weird that someone would have a membership club for people to network in, but they don't allow the members to see each other or to connect with each other? And it's the promote me, myself, I club. I'm a little pissed about that. Because I feel like there was some deception in there, and that it all just became about the money, that that this particular organization is not interested in their members, or whether they get results, or whether they have success. It was just a make money quick scheme, and they're not interested in changing it. So I think another question would be to ask is, like, who are the people that you need to drop out of your life? You know, I'm really considering, I'm not going to use my energy in wanting something greater in a community that doesn't want it. So where can you maybe use the lessons from my life experiences and the things that are coming up for me at the moment in your own life? And if you have some great words of wisdom, I would love to hear it. So that's it from me today. Again, a little all over the place. There's a lot of things coming up, lots of downloads coming down, lots of insights, lots of gifts, and I just wanted to share that bit of medicine with you. So steer your own ship, and have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Bye.